Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategy called compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades, we do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at MMTLP, a new interest from a social media influencer with a following in excess of 3 million, who's also connected to Elon Musk. We're also going to be looking at proof of countering FINRA's FAQs, where they stated there were no synthetic shares or no proof of synthetic shares. I believe we now have that proof, and we're going to have a look at that as well. And then finally, we're going to look at ticker symbol MU, Micron, and also following on from yesterday's video where we looked at ticker symbol AQST, Aquestive Therapeutics. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from CNBC, the S&P 500 and NASDAQ rise thanks to tech boost. However, in terms of Boeing, that is down, and we're going to look at Boeing shortly. But if we have a look at the chart here for Boeing, it opened approximately 9% down, and that was obviously due to the aircraft accident. So if it does continue to go down a bit more, could be a good buying opportunity. So let's now have a look at news with regards to Nvidia, which we're also going to be looking at. And we can see here news just released from Nvidia. They've announced a new graphics chip for AI personal computers, and they're bringing this generative AI to millions with Tensor Core GPUs LLMS tools for RTX PCs and workstations. So let's have a look at news, surprise with regard to Nancy Pelosi, and we can see here the stock today hit an all-time high in excess of $511. But what we can see here, just a few months ago, Nancy Pelosi invested in 50 Nvidia call options. So obviously with the stock price just in excess of $500, she has made some significant gains. So congratulations to Nancy. And if finally, the other thing we're going to share with you is good news with regard to Bitcoin. I believe it's hit in excess of 45,000 again, back over $45,000 again today. So hopefully we're going to get good news for the ETF very soon. Let's have a look at the news with regard to the new social media influencer who has expressed an interest in MMTLP. So shout out and special thanks to Mad Mikey here, who tagged in Pulte and stated MMTLP is on the cusp of getting a resolution. We are leading the pack, and our friends will be the next if we are able to provide the road map. So he's talking about BBY there. And can you help us get more exposure? I'd love to plan a call with you to chat. So surprise, what happened was Pulte did respond to Mad Mikey, and he stated here, explain to me the whole situation like I am a 5th grader. So let's first of all have a look at Pulte's profile. So we can see here he has a following in excess of 3.1 million. He describes himself as a philanthropist, inventor of Twitter philanthropy, and he gives away money, food, shelter and medicine. And go ahead and check out his website, pulte.org. So I also responded to his request for explaining the situation, and I stated, tagging him in here, I stated it is a good starting point to go to mmtlpresources.com, and obviously if you want specific questions, join one of our online spaces. So I believe he has, or should we say he did join the spaces yesterday. So shout out here to ABC of Stock, who hosted a space, BBYQ stroke MMTLP, looking at brainstorming, naked shorting, and is it illegal? So I believe Pulte was in there, he was listening, and hopefully he will be giving us a little bit more exposure and spreading more awareness. But I think what is also more interesting and important with regard to Pulte, he also has the ear of Elon Musk. So we will have to wait and see if there are further developments on this, but this is certainly good news. Have a look at details of the second broker that we are looking at, and that is RBC of Canada. So shout out here to Iron Ape, who posted earlier, as of the 1st of January 2024, if you did not have your shares forced transferred to ASD and are still holding your shares in RBC US or RBC Canada, then please help us validate your shares and prove broker number 2 is over their certificate allotment. So I believe we are close to exposing them. So go ahead and check this link out, and if you are able to share your details, go ahead and do so. I believe you can remove your personal details, so obviously they are required to see your broker's name, share position, but not personal details. So that would be great if we can get proof of that. But let's have a look at what Guy has stated. He's again reminding everybody, RBC customers, it's now time to come forward. Let them watch what is coming their way. We're talking about RBC. Again, this will be the next broker potentially after TradeStation. They have a chance to resolve it, or we will expose it. So another interesting post here from Meta, who stated with regard to FINRA, if you remember the original FINRA FAQs, question number 15 here, what they stated in terms of one of the questions, was there excessive naked short selling resulting in counterfeit shares in MMTLP at the time of the corporate action? So basically, you know, we can see here states that FINRA has found no evidence that there was significant naked short selling in MMTLP. So that's what they've stated. However, now we have news from TradeStation. We have verified a survey of people who hold their shares in TradeStation, and this has been validated to confirm 202% of TradeStation's allocated registered stock certificates. So if that is not proof of counterfeit shares, we don't know what is proof of counterfeit shares. So to be honest, FINRA should have already known that, and FINRA would have already known that. And if we look at the second part of Meta News' image here, it states here, upon the initial distribution of NextBridge hydrocarbons, TradeStation were granted physical certificates based on customers' former holdings. And obviously TradeStation best efforts, we have been unable to recall a portion of the lent out shares because there is no market for the security. So obviously conclusion here is FINRA is spreading misleading information, which we are now proving. And in other news with regard to Fidelity, shout out here to MMTLP Received, who's posted, anybody notice Fidelity on X has in terms of what they are going through, they are deleting almost all the comments with regard to MMTLP. So why is that, and what has Fidelity got to hide? Before we look at ticker symbol MU Micron, let's have a quick review of yesterday's stock that we featured in the video, which was ticker symbol AQST, also known as Aquestive Therapeutics. Good news today, there was a good buying opportunity where it dipped close to $2.30. I believe right now at time of editing it's up close to 6%, and good news there for AQST also to come. So go ahead and check out yesterday's video for the catalyst. But let's now have a look at ticker symbol MU. So this is a good thing about this from 2022 onwards. This is in the AI sector, and we've seen tremendous growth in the AI sector. So if we look at the key stocks highlighted with the red circle, AMD, Applied Materials, Nvidia, Micron, ASML, and the stock that we're going to look at, Micron, obviously this is a hardware stack of the generation stock, and this is obviously in the semiconductor industry. But let's have a look at the news for Micron. So we can see here memory and storage growth driven by AI and HBM3 price has been bottomed out. So the growth for Micron has been driven by increasing demand in the AI sector. It also has HBM3 products, positioning itself as a key player in the industry. So the company are anticipating a strong recovery in 2024 and also full momentum and growth in 2025 with projected growth in DRAM and also NAND. So a great future here for Micron. The recent financial performance and outlook is positive with high visibility of top line growth in the coming year. So let's have a look at One of the recent ratings just been upgraded, and we can see here Micron Technology MU has been increased to overweight at Piper Sandler. So obviously we'll look at the brokerage as now got a price target for $95 and up from the previous price target of $70. So that represents a nice upside, close to 14% for Micron. So let's now have a look at the chart to finish off. So I'm going to share with you the chart for the previous 6 months, and we can see here today, right at time of editing, is up in excess of 2.2%. Currently trading at $85.29. But what's also interesting, over the previous 6 months, Micron is up in excess of 36%, and I believe it's going to continue to reach close to an all-time high very soon. So ticker symbol MU. So if you would like to get due diligence and further information about stocks covered in our Discord, details are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.